Hello friends, this is lesson number 58 in the series of British literature in English. In this lesson we shall discuss a poem by Christophe Marlowe, that is Hero and Leander, and it was published in the year 1598. So clearly it was published after his death. So when Christopher Marlowe died, this poem was incomplete. So later it was completed by two different writers. The first is George Chapman. George Chapman, and one more writer is Henry Peto. Henry Peto. So they completed this poem. Now about the title, Hero and Leander. Here Hero is a female character and Leander is a male character, and it is their love story. It is based on some myths, as we have in most of these sort of poems. Hero, she is devotee to the god Venus. She is fully religious. And Leander, he is a young man from Abydos. And both these young lovers, they are living on the either side of the sea. So they are living on either side, and in between them there is a sea or river sort of thing. And how their love begins, actually at a festival Leander saw Hero and fell in love with her, and she too reciprocated his love, though she says that she is fully committed to god Venus for chastity. Anyway, one day Leander asked Hero to light a lamp in the night, and then he will take it as a signal and he will visit her by swimming through the sea. She does the same and she lights the lamp in the window, and then we see the journey by Leander through the sea. So there is a subplot where we see the Roman god Neptune. Neptune saw that someone is going through the sea in the night, and he thought that it is Ganymede. And now one thing notable, that Neptune and Ganymede both are male and their homosexual love is presented there. So we have Leander crossing the sea, and then comes Neptune there in the sea and helps him to go across the sea. And when Neptune finds that it is not Ganymede, it is rather a different person, then he realizes his mistake and gives a gift to Leander. That is a bracelet, and he says that it will save him from drowning. And now we see Leander reaching the house of Hero. Actually that is a tower, and Hero, she is living on this tower, that is a high building. And then Leander enters there fully naked, and he expressed his love to her, and she is also saying that she is ready to consummate with him. And then Leander whispers something in her ears. He says, flatter, entreat, promise, protest and swear. Flatter, entreat, promise, protest and swear. And then they spend the whole night, and after that there is the break off in the poem. So as the day breaks, that is the end of the poem. And there was a question regarding this poem in the UGC NET exam, and that is, Hero and Leander, what kind of poem it is? It is called Epyllion. Epyllion. What is Epyllion? Epyllion is a poem that is little than epic, but larger than the normal lyric or elegy. So it is concerned with the topic of love, but not the topic of power or glory. These sort of topics are not there. It is a love poetry. So Epyllion is a kind of poetry where we have poetry longer than the normal poems, elegy or lyric poetry commonly we have, but it is quite less than the epic. So in the poems you can take it as a Epyllion. So in this poem what we had two characters, Hero and Leander. Hero is a female character and Leander is a male. And then this poem was incomplete and later completed by George Chapman and Henry Peto. And then in the plot of this work we see that there is a love affair between Hero and Leander, and through the night Leander going through a sea, and he was helped by Neptune, and Neptune is having love interest in Ganymede. And Ganymede and Neptune both are again homosexual, they are males. And Neptune gave Leander a bracelet, a gift. And then we have both Hero and Leander, they spend night together and they consummate. And that is how we see the end of this poem. The next one more work we shall discuss in this, that is The Passionate Shepherd to His Love, that was published in the year 1599. So this is a short little poem by Christophe Marlowe, and in this work he expresses the love of a shepherd towards his beloved. And this is an example of pastoral poetry. Wherever you see shepherds or the countryside, village, that is a pastoral poetry. It is written in iambic tetrameter, where we have 4 feet of syllables in a single line. In pentameter we have 5 feet and each feet contains 2 syllables. In one of the previous lessons I told you that in iambic pentameter we have 5 feet and each feet contains 2 syllables. So it means in a single line we have 10 syllables, and in iambic tetrameter we have 4 feet. So it means 8 syllables in a line, and it contains 7 stanzas. The first line of the poem is very interesting and it is very easy as well. Come, live with me and be my love. This is the first line. So throughout the poem he is expressing his love for the beloved, and he is saying that let's enjoy the life because the world is so beautiful with your love. He is insisting her to love him back, as it presents the theme of Carpe Diem. He is saying that this time is so beautiful and we should make love. And the theme of Carpe Diem, it says that whatever the time you have, make the most of it. Suppose you have good time and you don't want to wait for anything, you want to enjoy that time. You don't bother what will happen in the future. That is the feeling of Carpe Diem. In other terms, it is said as seize the day. Seize the day or pluck the day. So that is the theme of this poem. So the poet is insisting his beloved to make love with him, as the world is so beautiful with their love. Now, as a literary reference with this poem, we have another work, that is A Nymph's Reply to the Shepherd. The Nymph's Reply to the Shepherd, and it was written by Sir Walter Raleigh. Now try to recall who Sir Walter Raleigh was. He was a famous sea traveler. I have told you about him quite a number of times. Even when we were discussing Fairy Queen, I told you that there was a letter written by Edmund Spenser to Sir Walter Raleigh. So Sir Walter Raleigh wrote this poem, Nymph's Reply to the Shepherd, and in that poem he is replying from the beloved's part to the shepherd. And what she says, that their love will be short only as long as she is beautiful. And she is asking that will he be able to love her even when she grows old? So in this poem, the nymph is simply giving flat responses and further questioning the shepherd against the desire of the love making. So that is all in this lesson we had. We have 2 poems, Hero and Leander, and the second is The Passionate Shepherd to His Love. And remember the fact of the reply made by Sir Walter Raleigh. So that's all for this lesson. Have a great day.